composition, structure, and properties of matter, often known as the central science. We are Team Bawang and San Juan. Our group activity assigned to us is all about scientific method.
Scientific method, a set of procedures that the scientists follow in order to gain knowledge about the world. However, the steps involved in scientific method is very widely in scientific discipline. Chemists follow the method differently in psychologists. Geologists have their own unique method. So, is there only one scientific method that encompasses all science? To find out, we need to learn more about the scientific process.
There are 6 key steps that are characterize the scientific method. The first step is the question. This is the part that the scientist proposes the problem that he wants to solve. A well-conceived question usually leads to a hypothesis. A second step of scientific method. It is a potential answer to the question at hand. Sometimes, hypotheses look like prediction. The scientist predicts what is the outcome to be when he tests the hypothesis.
The scientist test is also called experiment. It is ordered investigations that are intended to prove or disapprove a hypothesis. Important data comes from performing an experiment. The scientist has to make observation of the result that he gets from the experiment.
The fourth step is the observation. It is a statement of knowledge gained through senses or through the use of scientific equipment. Observations are crucial for collecting data. Once the results are in, the scientist begins his analysis. The data analysis involves comparing the results for the experiment to the prediction posed by the hypothesis. Based on the observation he made, the scientist has to determine whether his hypothesis was correct.
Then, he sums up with the findings with the conclusion. The conclusion of the scientific process is the statement of whether the original hypothesis was supported or refuted by the observation gathered.
Last weekend, I had a minor ordeal with my internet connection at home. I had started up my laptop and I was frustrated to find that I couldn't get on the internet. I made the observation that my laptop wasn't receiving an internet connection. I asked myself a question: is something wrong with the internet itself, or was it just my laptop? One way to begin answering this question was to check the connection on the desktop computer. Quickly, I formed a hypothesis. If the internet isn't working on the desktop either, then the problem is beyond my laptop computer. The experiment I performed was to check the desktop's connection, and my resulting observation was that the internet didn't work there. So, by analyzing the evidence, I was able to form my first conclusion. Nothing is wrong with my laptop, and something is wrong with the internet connection. Now, this conclusion answered my first question, but it still didn't get my internet to work, so I had to pose another question. Where exactly was the problem occurring in the chain of internet devices? Was it the cord between the modem and the router? The cord between the router and my computer? Or was the problem in the router itself? I had to form another hypothesis. If both my internet cords are properly plugged in, then there must be a problem with the router. My experiment was to check both cords and the router. My observation was that both cords were plugged in and that the router was off. I analyzed the evidence and my conclusion was that I couldn't connect to the internet because my router